Welcome everyone, you're listening to and perhaps watching the 2018 FPF Hall of Fame inductees. I'm your host, Peeze and Rob. I'm joined by Rob Campana and Hall of Fame producer, Eagle at Master Control. So welcome everyone for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We want to get to our next inductee, of course, and his name is
Adi Sharma. Congratulations in his first year of being nominated
eligibility.
to the eligibility. Thank you, Paulo, for the FPF Hall of Fame. Adi Sharma was voted in by his peers. A longtime FPF member. Was actually around for the inaugural season way back in 2005, playing for a team called the Warriors, which represented the LaSalle Warriors. Adi Sharma since then has been around the block. He's played on a ton of teams, ranging from Division 1 with teams like the Demons and DK more recently, all the way down to playing in Divisions 4 with teams like the Falcons and so on over the years. So Adi, as people know, really likable guy. Also someone who gets a lot of credit for being a very smart defensive mastermind in FPF. Is kind of, as they say in tackle football, with the umbrella of coaching, Adi is kind of his defensive schemes have been mirrored or duplicated by a lot of players that have played with him over the years. Really smart guy who knows the game really well, Paulo.
And that's kind of where I want to start, Rob. I don't know him as well as a player, but I definitely know him as a contributor to the FPF community. And the first place I saw Adi was in an ad for financial planning. And while I did not take advantage of his financial planning and probably would have been in better financial shape than I am now, I did notice him on a trip where I was out of town. Didn't have much to do. It was a fishing trip where it was a day that we just couldn't get out in the water. And I decided to scroll through, and it's the first time I saw that FPF had articles, that FPF had videos, the weekly Extra Point Live, and something called, I believe, Chalk Talk.
Chalk Talk.
Which is the worst name of anything we've ever produced. But it was interesting. For a new player in the league, it was absolutely useful. It's one of those things that doesn't translate well. So people may go and watch this later, and it's one of those things that's just hard to put into a video because it's literally coach speak on video. But Adi Sharma took some interesting and sometimes complex schemes and have made them commonplace in FPF, because we all now know the defenses that were called and introduced to us in Chalk Talk. And for me, it was insanely instrumental in my personal experience in FPF and learning how to play the game. So definitely that was the impact he had on me. And that's, to me, what's most interesting. I look forward to seeing, of course, Facebook comments and so on, and people talking about their experience with the players. For me personally, not knowing Adi very well, not having played against him or seen him on the field very often, as a lot of it is before my time in FPF. But I will say that that's where my experience is, and that's where this induction sort of relates to me.
Yeah, great. And just to get back to some of the numbers, so Adi has 36 career interceptions, 77 passes defensed, and then 536 tackles. A lot of people maybe would have said, and I guess it was one of the reasons why Adi wasn't on the list of nominees for so long, because this was his first year, and obviously he was eligible for a long time. Adi was one of those guys. He has 6 career championships. He's always been buzzed around, is always known as one of the better players, but I guess because his accolades didn't jump off the charts, maybe there was a bit of a delay as far as him being inducted.
Personal stats.
Yeah, but anyone that argues Adi's defensive the defensive attributes can just look at the individual defensive player of the year that he won. I'm not sure if it was last winter or the winter before, but in Division 1 playing for DK, which shows you that although Adi isn't in the prime of his career anymore, the fact that he was able to stand out and actually win the Defensive Player of the Year award in Division 1 is really something that shows just how good of a player and sometimes how underappreciated he could be from a talent standpoint, not just from an X's and O standpoint. So really, I think that was the tipping point for Adi, where he kind of showed to the rest of the FPF community and to the voters that he definitely belongs in the Hall of Fame. Eagle, if you can kind of give us the numbers.
He came in second at 8.7%.
Wow.
It's pretty amazing. So congratulations, Adi Sharma. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Rob, for your input today. Thank you, Eagle, for all the work you've done. And remember something else. Bye.